Hey guys, so today's video is going to be very different than any video I've done. It's just going to be a very honest video. I asked you guys if you guys wanted to see this, and so many of you guys said yes. So I've obviously put off doing it because right now, like when I'm filming, it is January 11th and I was planning on putting this up on the 1st, but I really just, I don't know why. I was just like, I don't know if I want to put that out on the internet. I don't know if I want to really share this. And I thought, Jaclyn, that is so selfish because there are some people going through the exact same thing and I wish I would have had advice and just how to deal with these things. I have filmed this video 3 times and I've just really had trouble like getting out what I want to say, and I really want to be sure that I say everything that I want to say. So yeah, hopefully the 3rd time is a charm, but who knows. So I wrote down a whole bunch of notes. Why are they all the way behind me? Right here. Hopefully this helps at least one of you guys. It will be totally worth it if it does. How I'm going to do this video is I am going to do the overview of my year, what I learned from it, and then my goals for 2018 as well. So 2017 consisted of 3 major things for me: death, my best friend moved, and I went through a breakup. All those things really shook my life, and I had never really gone through any hard trial in my life. I had never experienced anyone close dying to me, nothing of that sort. I had never dated before, so I'd never gone through a breakup, and I have always had the same best friend since I can remember, and I never knew what life was like without her. Well, she didn't pass away, but like, as in, like without her as in like a drive down the road. My year started off pretty bad, and I knew it was going to because my grandma was diagnosed with cancer before 2017, and she really started going downhill at the end of 2016, and so we knew it was coming, but you know, that's something you never really know how to prepare for. So it's really hard to just watch someone in your family and just kind of see them and the life just drain out of them very slowly. That is what is really hard, and to see everyone in your family just go through such a hard thing. It's just something I'd never experienced before, and that was really difficult. And then in April, my grandfather passed away, and he passed from Alzheimer's, and that's a completely different thing. That's to see someone's, cancer is to see someone's body give up, but then Alzheimer's is to see someone's brain give up, but their body's still there, but they are not. I'm gonna do my best not to cry because I hate crying. Before 2017, literally never cried. But yeah, and I'm not wearing waterproof mascara, so I'm really hoping I don't cry. But that was really hard, and I know that was really hard for my family, and it was just something that really kind of hit my heart, and I didn't want to deal with it because I didn't know how to, and I don't like being emotional, so that was something that I had to learn to just, it happens, and things hurt, and it's okay that they hurt. Those were the deaths that like directly affected my family, like they were in my blood, and then so many more people around my family passed away. I think I counted in total 8 deaths this year that have like affected my family, and so that is just really hard to come to grips with, and it all came crashing down at once, just all these things, and so that was really hard. And then the next thing was my best friend moved, and this was in either June or July. But my best friend is actually my age. Her name is Dara, but she hated high school, so she decided that she was going to graduate a whole year early, and that is total opposite of me. I love high school. I don't want to let it go. But she graduated a whole year early, and she decided to go to a college that was 3 hours away. And so the whole year I knew it was coming, but the whole beginning of the year I just ignored the fact. I didn't want to come to grips with the person that I've had by my side my whole life is not going to be close, like in my city anymore. Like I'm not just going to be able to call her and say, hey, what are you doing today? You want to do something? So that was really hard, and I just completely ignored that fact, honestly, until it got really close, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like this is happening. The person I'm closest to and who knows me the best is not going to be, like, she's my other half. And to think that she wouldn't be able to be with me all the time is just, it was really hard to come to grips to. And the hardest trial that was closest to my heart, and that really only dealt with me and not like my family and all these things, was my breakup. Now, I know it sounds silly, and if I would have heard someone talking about this, I would have been like, oh, that's so silly. Like, it's just a breakup. But I don't date for fun. I date for the idea of marriage, so it wasn't like I was just like, oh, I like this boy. Like, I really took a long time to decide if I wanted to date him or not. And we had been friends for years before. Our families are really, really close. I'm really close with his parents, and even we've been broken up for like 6 months now. I still hang out with them because I love them a lot. We had dated for almost a year, so toward the end of that time of us dating, I just started having this feeling of God telling me, Jaclyn, this is not the one for you. Like, this relationship is not what you need to be in right now. And I just really didn't want to like come to grips with that because I wanted to be in the relationship. He was my best friend besides Dara, but it's different. Like, I can't explain why it's different, but it is. And my best friend had just moved, and I was like, I can't let go of the only other person I have that is super close to me. Like, I just can't. And I did not want to, and I literally put my foot down, and I was like, I am not breaking up with him. Even though I knew and I could feel God was saying, Jaclyn, break up with him, break up with him. And honestly, he had given me reason after reason. There were very little things, but I knew whenever those little things would happen, I knew it was God saying, look, this is why, this is why, this is why. And it wasn't anything major, like he didn't cheat on me or anything. So one day I was at soccer, I had a soccer game, and literally at the end of the game, the game wasn't even over, and I said, Coach, I need to leave, and I left. That was very weird. But I knew if I didn't do it then, I would never be able to do it. So I got in my car, bawling, crying, couldn't contain myself. I was praying, going, God, I'm doing this because you've asked me to. I don't want to, literally screaming. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because I know that if I follow you, you know everything, you are all knowing. I will be okay if I follow you. I just need to actually follow you. And so I felt like a crazy woman. I'm not kidding, because I didn't want to do it. And so I called him, told him to come over. Long story short, broke up with him. Then after, I thought that was a challenge. Oh boy. Then after, I don't think I've ever been the person I was after the breakup. I was miserable. All I could do was just sit around all day and mope and cry. And I didn't know why I felt like that. I was like, why? Like, obviously, yeah, I just lost my best friend. But I don't know. It was just really hard. And I think it's because I was so stubborn I didn't want to do it. And I was thinking in my head, I did it, God, like now what? Like what are you wanting me to do? And that was impatient Jaclyn, like 2 weeks later being like, I don't understand the point in this. And so I just had to be patient. I just remember sitting on my bed and saying, God, I want to be radical for you. I want my life to reflect you. I want to do what your will is for me. Tell me, like show me. And so then I had the idea of, oh my gosh, YouTube. And I had already had this channel, and I had posted a few videos like a few years before, like I started doing videos again about 6 months ago. And so I had a few videos up. I had like maybe 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, don't know how. And yeah, so I started doing a few more videos, and I really started praying and saying, God, if I could use this channel to glorify you, then show me. And I continually prayed that, and I continually did videos, and he showed me. And next thing I know, within 5 months, I was at 50,000 subscribers. Like, I don't even know if that's a thing. It was crazy. So now into what I learned from that. I wrote this down. It's a lyric from a song, and it is from the song Breathe by Johnny Diaz. And it says, lay down what's good and find what's best. So I laid down at God's feet what I thought was good. My relationship. I was like, I love this relationship. I don't want to let it go. And I laid it down anyway, and God showed me what was best. God showed me this avenue that I have, and I never ever would have continued doing this if I'd continued dating him. Not that he was like stopping me from it, but it just doesn't really cross your mind. I don't know. I wasn't as bored. I had things to do. I had people around me. And so God really showed me what was best when I gave up control. And that is another thing that I learned, is that I just need to give up control. Thank goodness I'm not in control of this universe. So why am I trying to take control of my own life? So I realized, oh my gosh, Jaclyn, you were just trying to control everything. And I've always heard, you know, you're not in control. And I always said, well, I'm not in control, God is. But I really didn't let him be completely in control. I never really had a reason to give him control, if that makes sense. Like, I had never had anything hard. So it wasn't like I had the chance to go, okay, God, this is you. Like, I'm giving this to you until then. And it's amazing when you take a leap of faith what God will show you. And for some reason he blessed me. Just because you take a leap of faith doesn't mean you're going to get blessings, because we already have an ultimate blessing. We have the ultimate blessing of Jesus, and we have the ultimate blessing of eternity in heaven. So I'm not saying that if you drop everything for God that he's going to bless you. If anything, he says the exact opposite. Like, we're going to get persecuted. Life isn't going to be easy. Life is so much harder that I'm a Christian. I get all these things at school. Like, people are like, oh, she's a Christian. She's just too good to cuss, or she's too good to do this. The Bible's standard of blessed is completely different than our culture standard. Our culture is, just got this new BMW, blessed, hashtag blessed. I'm so blessed because I've got this guy in my life. Like, I'm so blessed because I have all these wonderful things, but those are by worldly standards. And so in the Bible it talks about blessed are those who mourn, blessed are those who are poor, blessed are those who pretty much are struggling. And it talks about that because when we go through those struggles, we are blessed because we see how great God is, and that no matter what we're going through here, he's so much greater than that, and we see that. And so that is why it says you're blessed. And I'm so thankful that I made that decision, which I never would have guessed I would ever say that like a few weeks after, because I was completely miserable. That's because I let myself be miserable, and I wouldn't have been able to get out of that without these certain people in my life, like these mentors that I had, and just super, super wise women, especially this one woman. She knows who she is, and I know she watches my videos, and if it wasn't for her, I would not be where I am. And so I'm so thankful to her. Look, I'm crying, oh my gosh. And I also learned that when you give up what you want, God will provide the rest. And that's really important, and I know that that can be applied to a lot of things. Maybe you have an addiction, or maybe you have this friend that is just not good and you know that they're tearing you away from God. Or maybe it is like me and you're in a relationship that you just kind of know deep down inside that you shouldn't be. Then just let go. I know it's hard. I know it is so hard. You don't want to do it. But when you do, oh my gosh, will you find reward through Christ. And so I'm so thankful, because if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be telling you guys these things. I wouldn't be as close to Christ as I am. I grew so much through all of that, through all of this. And I am just so thankful for all of the struggles that I went through in 2017, because through all those things, my family grew so close together. I grew so much closer to Christ through that, and I've had so many opportunities like this to share God's word, and that would have never happened without all those trials. So now looking back, I can see it was all worth it, and I'm sure in 6 months I'll be able to see even more of how it was worth it, and so on and so on. So if you really just keep your eyes on God, he will take care of the rest, and that is something that is hard to understand and hard to take that big step and do, but once you do it, you won't stop. So now into the happy part of the video and my 2018 goals. So my biggest goal for 2018 is to really just grow on this channel and really put in a lot of effort into it. And I feel like if I do that and really pursue this channel, then I think a lot of good things will come out of it. So I'm really excited to do that. And another one of my things is I want to start doing monthly favorite videos. I love those videos, and I feel like no one does the old school type videos, but those are my favorite. So I'm going to start doing that. And speaking of that, if you guys have any video requests for me to do in 2018, please leave them down below, please. I also want to focus on myself more spiritually, so obviously spending more time reading my Bible, especially in prayer, but what I really want to do is start memorizing scripture. It talks about how if we know the word of God, then it's like our defense mechanism. And I also want to get healthy again, and I know everybody says this, but this is actually like, this isn't a stretch for me, because I used to play soccer every single day, and I used to work out every day, but then I had an injury, and so yeah. Now that I'm recovering, I would really, really, really like to get back into working out every single day. It's just amazing how much more motivation I had whenever I was actually working out. And now I just feel like a lazy bum and I just feel gross all the time. So I feel like once I start working out, I'll actually have more motivation and more things to do and more want to do other things. I don't really have any more goals. That's really it. I know they're really vague. I don't really have anything specific. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you can let me know down below, or if you guys have any other requests, let me know. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Trust me, it will be way happier and it will be way more fun. So thank you again for watching, and I love you guys. Bye.